Welcome to this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports, the week that the Racing Preview 2018 takes place at the Portland Expo, brought to you by LST Landscaping. And I encourage everyone to go to racingpreview.net to see all the exhibits and the tracks and tours and vendors and everybody that's coming. And it's going to be a great show. I'm excited about it. I know you're excited about it. Got a little monkey thrown into the wrench, or the wrench thrown into the monkey, or whatever. The other jobs, so to speak, but still going to be there doing the roundtable discussion and hear what some of the tracks have in store for their 2018 season.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a complication this week with my scheduling. We talked about last week's show that I do work quite a few jobs, so got to work this around my real life stuff that's going on, but I'm still going to be there, still going to make that effort to be there for a few hours both Friday and Saturday night. Definitely still doing these roundtable discussions. Have a track that agreed to, every driver agreed to do it on Friday night, which is awesome. Everyone's excited. I'm really excited to see what cars are going to be there. We talked earlier about how this is kind of the home show for Beach Ridge, so there'll be a lot of their cars there. It's going to be a really fun weekend. Yeah,
and like I said, go to racingpreview.net to see the tracks that are going to be represented, and from the go-kart tracks all the way up to the big short tracks and some of the tours that race on the short tracks throughout New England. So really excited about it. We're going to talk more as the show goes on this week, but man, Daytona was everything it was cracked up to be.
Daytona was crazy. It was just another crazy week. There was a lot of wrecks, which we all expect. There was a lot of heavy hitters out of the race by the second stage. Chase Elliott
taking themselves out of the race. At lap 59, what is the reason for blocking? I get it at the end. You got a chance to win the 500, you block, or you try to. But I also see the other side of things. You got a chance to win the 500, you put the dozer blade on, but it was an exciting run. And I don't get excited for the Cup races. I really don't. I watch them, and hey, this guy wins, that guy wins, and we had Archie on the show last week, and those four races when they roll into the plate tracks, he's as good as anybody. And they have a legitimate shot at a good run, and people might laugh at that or snicker at it and say, oh yeah, no, you're never going to run with the Hendricks. And well, I'll tell you, with 5 to go and 2 to go and 3 to go. They were proving a lot of people wrong, and sitting third with 2 to go and getting caught up in that unfortunate mess with, with Blaney and Kurt Busch and all that. But wow, what an amazing run for the little team. Based out of obviously the Mooresville area, but really they're based out of Old Orchard Beach, Maine.
Yeah, and Maine, DiBenedetto was running up front all day, and they gave a little shout out on national TV to Maine and Archie, and it was really cool to see that. And just a heartbreaker for Matt DiBenedetto. It was a heartbreaker for Blaney too, that led, a ton of laps and just, got caught up there at the end. But that's Daytona.
Yeah, no, and it's a shame when you take that, and we talk about it. You heard Archie last week, the little team. They count the money when they come out of that race. They like, we made money today. We can go to the next race, even though they're going, to Atlanta. But really, really heartbreaking for that team, and I know how excited they were, and he takes pride in the fact that it's continuing to grow, and we heard from him last week on the show, and the social media things, and the people that are following him along, and the improvements that they've shown over the last few years, and the improvements they've shown already at the start of 2018. And I know when you look at the rundown and they're 25th or whatever, you're like, oh well, but there was a team that was potentially going to cash in on a top 5 finish at the Super Bowl of stock car racing for NASCAR. So really too bad, and we'll have Archie on in a few more weeks, talk about this, talk about how the season's kicked off. Maybe we'll get Matt on the show, and usually they make an appearance up here in the state of Maine. Bentley's around the July race, so if that happens this year, we want to do a big thing with it, and drive some people into Bentley's, who's a huge supporter of Mainly Motorsports, and and really drive the support up for that Go Fast racing team, and get an entire state behind them.
Everyone on Facebook too, that's what they were talking about. A lot of people's favorite drivers had wrecked out by the last 5 laps there. And all I saw on Facebook, I was scrolling through during the caution, it was like, go Matt DiBenedetto, go fast racing. So
what was a little disappointing though is it's almost like the announcers. We all talk about NASCAR racing is funded by the almighty dollar, okay? So I get that. But it was almost like the announcers bought into it, because when Matt Benedetto was running 5th, 6th, 7th, they didn't even talk about him. I'm like, are they going to mention him? Are they going to mention him? And they're going to mention him. And then they finally make reference, and I think it was Mike Joy, because he's got the Northern New England tie. But then when Jeff Gordon decides he wants to mention him, doesn't even give credit to the team that he's with. And wow, because Earnhardt Jr. a few weeks ago on Twitter said this team that he's with reminds him of Furniture Row Racing. He sees the same growth. There's Dale Earnhardt Jr., but no, Jeff Gordon wants to open his mouth, and he wants to say, boy, this guy can really drive. If he ever gets with a real team, basically, we could see some things out of him. So, and I know Jeff, he's just up there doing his job, but how about a little credit to the little team that is giving him the opportunity? There wasn't nobody else out there knocking down doors for Matt Benedetto and putting him in a full-time ride. So, let's to me, it's more of a story if Matt Benedetto and Go Fast Racing grow as a team together and advance up the ladder and now find themselves in 32nd in points and then 27th in points, and next thing you know, they're in the top 20 in points. That's the story, not because somebody says, oh, we're going to go take Matt and pluck him in a Hendrick car or a Gibbs car and, boom, we just go run up front. So, I was disappointed in that, but, I can't let that take away from, what Archie and Mason and Matt and the entire team did, in Speed Weeks.
I heard that too, and it kind of stung a little bit. It made you kind of go, for a minute. And then I started looking at the scoreboard, and there were other drivers up front that we don't really hear on.
Yeah.
McDowell was up there. Even AJ Allmendinger, he's fallen back in recent years. And
Brendan Gaughan,
Yeah, Brendan Gaughan. And it was just like, you got to give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, no, exactly. And, I'm already looking forward to Talladega and then Daytona in July. Just want to see these things, and really, really excited about that. So congratulations to Archie, the whole team. I know they brought they're taking a wrecked race car back home, but man, they got to be some proud. And I can't imagine sitting on that pit box, and being Archie or Mason, and you're watching the monitor, and you're coming by and you're in that pack. And at one point, there was only 14, 15 cars in the lead lap. So if this thing finishes, you got a very good shot at another top 10, and where you're running, you got a top 5, and anything can happen on the last lap, and it just so happened it happened, and they almost cleared it. They almost were through it. But no, it was too bad. But like I said, congratulations to them. Congratulations to you. You won week 1 of you had one person in the top 3, so you got a point. So you're leading 1-0. And like I said last week, the winner gets first choice the next week. So you have first choice in Atlanta, and I'm sure if you're the Amy that I'm getting to know, you've got your homework done, you know who's good at Atlanta, you know what to expect at Atlanta, and you got your 3 drivers all ready to go.
So let me take out my notes here.
Jeez.
I did a little homework, looked at some past winners and
Here we go.
Past good finishers at Atlanta. So my top 3 for next week are going to be Brad Keselowski again. Won a few races in the past at Atlanta. Got caught up in an unfortunate situation this week. I think he could be up there. Jimmy Johnson, 7-time, is always great at Atlanta. And then, of course, Chase Elliott, who is from Georgia himself and always represents at his home track. So those are my 3.
Whew. So 2 of those I would have loved to have had. The third, I think, will win a race there eventually. I don't think he will this week. So you got your 3. Well, I will go Kyle Busch just to rebound. Kevin Harvick to rebound. And, geez, why don't we all... You know what? I'm going to... Well, Busch finished the race at least, I think. I think I will go... I don't know. Who else? You know what? Eric Jones. There we go. There's my surprise pick. So after week 1, Amy's ahead 1-0. We still don't know what the prize is, but we'll figure it out as we move forwards in the season. But got a great show planned today. We got some some highlights from the one lunger race up there in Turner. Big race, these one lunger snowmobiles. I did a race up there, one lap race a few years ago with Greg Emerson, and beat the snot out of me. So I can't imagine those guys going 50 laps. So we're going to have some highlights of that. And we're going to talk to Mark Nielsen and some of his supporters as they put on a big event, Racing to Recovery fundraiser on the ice this coming weekend over in New Hampshire. We won't be able to be there because of the racing preview show, but I encourage people that can get over there on Saturday. But lots of fun things to do outside, even though the weather has been warm this week. We'll see. But we're going to take a break when we come back, and we'll show you some snowmobile highlights from the one lunger event.
Monster Truck Throwdown! Invades the Wisconsin Speedway for the first time ever. 2 huge shows. May 25th and 26th. See 6 Monster Truck superstars, including Maine's very own Monster Lobster Crustacean Lumberjack, 2-time world champion Avenger, plus the backflipping thrills of freestyle motocross. Kids tickets start at just $10. Get your tickets now at www.wisconsinspeedway.com. Come 2 hours early for the pit party. Don't miss Monster Truck Throwdown.
Hi, this is Scott from Scott's Recreation. Most of you know that we're Maine's largest RV dealer, but did you know that we're New England's largest trailer dealer? We stock over 500 trailers, including dump trailers, open and enclosed cargo, ATV, side-by-side, utility, open and enclosed car haulers, equipment and implement trailers, and much more. We stock aluminum, galvanized, and steel trailers. We also stock horse trailers and livestock trailers. Great prices, huge selection, and no money down financing available to qualified applicants.
Scott's Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
Hi, I'm Sean Moody. We take pride in our facilities, and at Moody's, it's what's inside that matters. We believe it's more than just the exterior looking good, it's what's inside that matters. Restoring the structure of your vehicle to factory specs is critical to your safety. I'm proud of our Moody's coworker owners who understand the importance of protecting your valuable asset. And we all know what our most valuable asset is. It's what's inside that matters.
Ignition won't turn? Wait, don't tow it. It may just be a one key. Hi, I'm Jim Broadhurst, owner of eKeys for Cars of Saco. At eKeys for Cars, we'll diagnose your problem over the phone and give you a firm quote. No bait and switch here. Whenever or wherever you're stuck, eKeys for Cars will come to you. Call eKeys for Cars in Saco, the fast, affordable fix for your car key and lock needs.
eKeys, they raise the bar. eKeys for Cars.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by LKQ Core. Any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham.
Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports. And have you ever raced a snowmobile?
I have never raced a snowmobile. I got back into, just riding them. Last winter, my friends had a few, and they'd let me ride one and stay clear far away when I did. But
well, let's plan for next year, because Zach Nicholson is into that.
Yeah.
So maybe we can hook up with Zach Nicholson, and he can hook you up on one, and we can enter you in the ladies division.
Nicholson family is all friends of mine, so I'm sure they would do that for me.
So yeah, that'd be fun.
See.
But they had a ladies division, and they had a couple of kids divisions up there in Turner, the Turner Ridge Runners. So we're going to show you some highlights from those 2 events, and the 2 kids events and the ladies event. And then when we come back, we'll have highlights from the big granddaddy of them all, the actual one lunger 100, I think it is. And appreciate Sean Barnaby up there and shooting some footage and putting it all together for us. And it's nice to, show that outdoors stuff and the snowmobile stuff, and a lot of familiar names when it comes to stock car racing world out there racing on the snow up there in Turner, and they love it. These race car drivers, they'll do anything. If it's got a chance, if there's a flag or a flag man or a helmet, they want to be in it. So enjoy the snowmobile highlights put together by Sean Barnaby.
That might be the girl right there. It is. get past here.
But regardless, they're doing an excellent job here right at the beginning stage of the summer. Up next, we'll have the big 120 improved division. Looks like Evan Wilson has found himself a ride down there. And Walker.
Lost the chain or something. Oh, here we go. Back to your far reading that. Don't worry, buddy, you're all set for a while.
Great to see all these kids racing week after week. Couple young kids from the local area, not sure who they are. Number 68, machine owned by Corey and Milwaukee. Stretch for the first time around.
Watch out, watch that other one. Look, look, look. See? He's gonna get him on the corners. Told ya. Corner.
Here's your leader, number 27, Katie
Yeah. Down.
The unofficial winner of your women's event here, picking up the second number 39.
Hi, I'm Johnny Wolf. Here at 21st Century Motors, we've been in business since 1972 and we take pride in our work. We have a large selection of pre-owned vehicles that are clean and ready. I personally drive and state inspect every vehicle we sell. We're experts at getting your car financed, whether you have good, bad, or no credit. We purchase vehicles several times a week, so there's always plenty to choose from. Come on in and make a deal today at 21st Century Motors in Gorham or online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
Don't deal with just anybody to seal coat your driveway or business this season. Call Black Magic. They bring over 20 years of experience in seal coating and crack filling. Black Magic's skilled team makes sure the job is always done right, on schedule with quality workmanship at a fair price. Protect your investment in your driveway by getting it sealed with Black Magic.
Ooh, Black Magic.
My name is Scott. This is Devin. We're the owners of Black Magic Seal Coating. Let us earn your business today. You'll be glad you did.
For a trusted name in residential and commercial site work in the southern Maine area, call Peter Pettit Excavating. We can handle everything from the complete house lot to those nasty water and sewer line repairs. Septic systems are another area that we specialize in. During the snow season, Pettit Excavating has the equipment to handle any size job.
And when the race season arrives, be sure to follow the number 7 Hewitt's Family Restaurant Chevrolet on the past Super Late Model Tour.
Call 207-282-9305 to get the job done right. That's Peter Pettit Excavating.
Welcome to Mainely Motorsports.
To order copies of a show, send a check or money order for $15, shipping and handling included, to Mainely Motorsports, 326 Roosevelt Trail, Windham, Maine, 04062. And please add a description of the show.
Hey, gonna be Saturday?
Well, doesn't that look fun, Amy?
Yeah, it looks like something maybe I could get into in the future.
I almost want to think you got to make sure you get the next day off because that looks pretty rough. These old sleds don't have any suspension. It's like driving an old tractor. So looks like they had a lot of fun, good turnout, good crowd, and raised money for the local club up there, the Turner Ridge Runners. So congratulations to all the winners. And later on in the show, we're going to show you what it felt like to be on there, as we had some helmet cams and sled cams going along. So really, man, they're beat up. I'd be beat up. I did it one lap with Greg Emerson a couple years ago, and I was lame for 3 days in one lap. So hope you enjoyed that. And want to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk more race and preview.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your Maine returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and we talk about race and preview, and man, we're still showing stuff from the Northeast Motorsports Expo. I mean, you guys did a great job with catching up with people up there, all ages, all abilities, all different levels of the sport, and we want to show a couple more this week. Young man by the name of Adrian Williams, was he 12 years old?
Yeah, he's 12 years old. He's the age of my little sister, which is crazy for me to think. He's driving a vintage race car,
Vintage race car, a little nervous, but did a good job, and loved seeing these kids, preserving and understanding the history of short track racing, and throughout the state of Maine. So he's going to be competing with the Wicked Good racers. And another group, the Owl's Head group, you guys caught up with James, and he's, they got a big deal this summer because when Peter Prescott and the Great Race roll into town, one of their big stops is Owlhead Transportation Museum. So we hope to be following along with all that and being a part of that. So really looking forward to being up there. So I want to hear what they had to say about their racing and their facilities. And you ever get a chance, you really ought to get up there and take the trip to Owl's Head. I think it's on the coast down east, and see what they got, because anybody that's gone there said it's amazing with some of the vehicles that they have there. So Google them, go to their website, check them out. But enjoy these pieces that Corey and Amy did from Augusta.
All right, so I'm here with Adrian Williams. He has this nice hobby car. Can you tell us a little bit more about this hobby car and how you got into the racing?
The car is actually has a 327, and my grandpa and my grandpa's friends helped me get into it, and it's, yeah.
So you raced a full-time season in 2017. Well, what was that like, and what was it like racing with, these people that are older and have years and years more experience with you, and how is it to race on the same track as those people?
It's fun because you can go out there knowing that they're not going to push and shove, and you can trust them. It's a lot funner than going out with people who are going to push and shove and try to get you out of the way.
And what got you into racing these hobby cars as opposed to, let's say, go-karts or other types of racing like that?
Probably because it's different, and it's like bringing the older cars back to life, because there's all kinds of new cars around, but it's different to race the older ones.
So you got your start in your grandpa's car, and what's it like to, have this car as your own and, call it your own?
It's funner because I can tweak it how I like it, and I can drive it how I like it, and, do stuff my way.
And I know you raced a full-time season in 2017. Are you planning on doing the same in 2018? And what are your ways that you're looking to grow with this new race season?
I will do the whole 18 season. I'll probably try to race harder, faster, and get better spots.
Awesome. Well, it's always a joy having people here at the Wiscasset booth here at the Northeast Motorsports Expo, and we look forward to seeing you in 2018.
Yep. All right, here in the center aisle with James from Owl's Head Transportation Museum. And if you guys have never been to the Owl's Head Transportation Museum, you have to check it out. It's unreal. It's like this little corner in Maine, and it's got this beautiful layout. Everything's labeled. There's fun stuff to do for the kids, and there's an event almost every weekend going on over there.
Yes, during the summertime we have an event almost every weekend, and we like to say that Owl's Head is where history comes alive. We take very great pride in operating many of our collection vehicles, both the airplanes, the automobiles, the motorcycles, and some really odd things that you wouldn't normally see. Here at our show today at the Northeast Motorsports Expo, we have two vehicles that both were driven into the show, but don't tell the Civic Center folks that. We drove both in. They both started up on Friday, which was a very murky day. And they both started very reliably. We drove them in, and that's typical of what's in our collection. So we don't just have a building full of dust collectors. We actually operate our vehicles so you can sense the machine, what it smells like, what it sounds like, what it feels like, because the vibrations on some of these things is very unique. And we think we give the folks a really good show to give them a sense of what history is.
Now, you guys always bring a lot of cool stuff to the show each year, and you change it up, which is nice because, people don't really want to come see the same thing every year.
Very true.
So this year you guys got a Harley here. What else you got?
Well, the Harley is a 1932 Model V, and this was one of the first pretty Harleys, or good-looking Harleys. Very stylish, very teardrop-shaped tank, very stylish fenders. This is a fan favorite. This motorcycle was restored in the 1980s. It is a runner, and Warren drove it in. Warren Kincaid is our ground vehicle conservator. And it is a fully functional motorcycle. It's nice to drive, and it sounds just like any Harley you've ever heard, even though it is however many decades old now.
Does it leak as much oil as the average Harley?
Oh, it drips and drools with the best of them. The drip pan under it, which we have all the time, was empty on Friday, and now it's almost time to change it. So, but it is a total loss oiling system on the bike. You recharge the crankcase, and after a certain period of time, you would dump it on the ground and then recharge it again. The gas tank is not entirely a gas tank. It is also the oil reservoir. So part of the history, or the legend of Harley's leaving spots behind, oil spots behind, was actually part of their operation. You dumped your crankcase and refilled it anew. There's no dipstick on the machine. So you would dump it, refill it anew, and off you went until you needed to do it again.
Now, I know we can come visit you guys throughout the week and on the weekends. What big things are going on this year, 2018?
Well, we're open 7 days a week throughout the year, except for some of the holidays. You can check our calendar online at ohtm.org. And this year we've got a couple of special events coming up. To start our season off, we have a tour, which is a tour for antique and special interest cars, similar to what you might hear about some of the other tours around the country. And that's in early June, that starts our season off. In late June, we have the Great American Race coming to the state of Maine. And that's being organized through Prescott, the Prescott organization. And we're going to be taking part in it, and they're going to be making a stop at the museum as well. They'll be in Gardner, they'll be in Owl's Head, and a few other spots in Maine. So you'll get a chance throughout that week to get a look at all of these vehicles during this race.
Yeah, so if you guys are checking out the great race, they are coming to Owl's Head. They're going through Gardner. I actually get to make it to the Father's Day event you guys have, and it was a blast. I went with a couple of buddies of mine with their kids, and we all brought our kids, and we had a whole day over there. And I was, like I said, I was amazed. I haven't been able to make it up there in a long time, and I finally got there, and I was like, why haven't I been coming here every year? So if you definitely want to hang out, have fun with your family, check out things and put your hands on stuff, Model T rides, everything's going on up there. So check out Owl's Head. If they want to find out more information, what do they got to do?
Our website is very good. It's up to date. It has a Facebook page, ohtm.org or owlsheadtransportationmuseum.org. Either one will get you to our website.
All right, so if you're cruising down Route 1 in the Rockland-Thomaston area, you got to check out Owl's Head.
Hi, this is Scott from Scott's Recreation. Most of you know that we're Maine's largest RV dealer, but did you know that we're New England's largest trailer dealer? We stock over 500 trailers, including dump trailers, open and enclosed cargo, ATV, side-by-side, utility, open and enclosed car haulers, equipment and implement trailers, and much more. We stock aluminum, galvanized, and steel trailers. We also stock horse trailers and livestock trailers. Great prices, huge selection, and no money down financing available to qualified applicants.
Scott's Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
Here we go again. Snow, ice, and freezing rain. Be ready with a new set of winter tires from Town Fair Tire. We stock Michelin, Goodyear, Bridgestone, Firestone, General, Uniroyal, Toyo, Yokohama, Continental, Pirelli. Every name brand at the guaranteed lowest price. Get to Town Fair Tire today and drive with confidence this winter. Because when it comes to saving you money on name brand snow and all-season tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and on the line now we have Mark Nilsson, who is putting on a race called Racing to Recovery this upcoming weekend out there in New Hampshire on the ice, and it's a fundraiser to raise money to help recovering addicts, and which is a big need out there, and he's also brought online Suzanne Bovair and Dennis Chamberlain, who are both advocates for people in recovery, and they're trying to raise some funds for to help these people with housing and all that. So first off, I want to welcome all three of you to Mainly Motorsports.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Now, Mark, how many years has this race been going on, and what made you come up with the idea that you wanted to do this, as a fundraiser?
This will be the first year. We're hoping to make it an annual year, a yearly event. My roots are from Maine. I ice race with the New Meadows Ice Racing Association for about 10 years. Sure. I was looking for a track that wasn't on a lake dependent because of the weather and temperature changes. So I've always dreamt to have a land track. So Suzanne was actually responsible for hooking me up with Tony LaRusso, who owns New Hampshire MX track. And I approached Tony with the idea, and he thought it was great. So he's been working hard to make the flat track into an ice racing track. So we have about 10 inches of ice up there, and it's going to be a good time. We've got a bunch of different clubs. We've got Gyra. We've got those guys. We've got some mini sprints. We've got even a couple guys from Maine coming down to race with us. Should be a good time. Looking forward to having a lot of people. We have almost 3,100 followers right now on Facebook, and we've got a lot of raffle items that are going to benefit the organizations, and hoping to have a great day and see some really good racing and make it into an annual event.
No, that's awesome, and you reached out to me. Unfortunately, we won't be able to attend, as this is my racing preview show taking place at the Portland Expo, but your event is taking place Saturday from 10 to 3 right there in New Hampshire. What is the facility's name?
It's called New Hampshire Motocross Park, and it's going to be at the New Hampshire Motocross in Lumsden, New Hampshire, 93 Jolly Roger Road.
So, plenty of parking, a little bit of admission price to raise some money for the recovering addicts and the programs that Suzanne and Dennis. And Suzanne, you're working with, trying to help people to get back on their feet that have had a tough break or have struggled. So, what's it mean to you to have an event, that to try to bring awareness to what is out there? Because a lot of people don't understand of how difficult it is to get support when you are trying to recover from the situation that you put yourself in.
Yeah, we actually we're so blessed to have met Mark. He has been an incredible person wanting to step up and try to help this crisis. Our area in particular, we are lacking safe housing. We have treatment in our area for people when they want to go into detox and do a program. We have the Phoenix House. But after they're done with their program, they very often can't return back to their environments at home because they were probably an unsafe environment. And in order for them to have success, they need time for their brain to heal. We do have proof that this is a brain disease, and we know that the best course of action is for people to abstain, to allow their brains to get back to a healthy spot so they actually can think clearer. And the best way to do that is to have them go to a sober house or a halfway house, somewhere they can have some structure, they can have some peer support and some counseling, and they can get their lives back together and start to think about what they want to do. And they can, at that point, get back out into the world, start working, and then become productive members of society again, and really feel proud of themselves that they're working on their recovery. It's not an easy thing.
No, absolutely. Now, Dennis, you were an advocate for the Keene Serenity Center, and you're absolutely right. And the support is really what's needed. Because it's so easy to get down on yourself and for other people to get down on you. But when they have that support system, and when they have that person that believes in them and wants to help pick them back up and get their life moving forward, that's a big deal.
Yes, correct. And I take my hat off for everybody and anyone that is trying to help support people in recovery, because it affects so many people in our lives. So, there was a vision between a bunch of folks in recovery to create a place where they could be somewhere safe, because, like Sue mentioned, there's no place once you get out of a 28-day program and you're pretty much back out into society. So because knowing this, there was a group of people that finally decided to step up and create the Keene Serenity Center, so they would have a place to go in case they didn't have any safe place to go and be able to hang out. We have just like a little area where you can just meet people. It's open from 9 to 5. People can come in, ask questions, get the support that they need, be able to find a meeting. We hold all types of 12-step meetings. We also do all forms of addiction. It doesn't even, as far as alcohol, drugs, overeaters. We've even had some meetings that had to do with smoking. People trying to quit smoking. So it's grown a lot in the last couple of years, so we're kind of excited, and we're pressing on to get more programs. We're trying to get a library set up to have people be able to search for jobs, create resumes, and things like that. And recovery coaching is another big thing that's coming down the pike, and we're trying to get some recovery coaches all set up at the center also.
No, that's awesome. My hat's off to both of you. And as I work with some employees that are recovering addicts and have relocated from other parts of the country to come to Maine to try to get their life straightened out, and it's the support. Like you said, the support is what they need. But we're going to take a break. When we come back, I want to talk about this event that's coming up this weekend and how exciting it is to have somebody like Mark that steps up and just puts a lot of hard work in, and to try to raise some money to help the both of you and what you're doing. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back here on Mainly Motorsports.
Monster Truck Throwdown invades the Wisconsin Speedway for the first time ever. 2 huge shows. May 25th and 26th. See 6 Monster Truck superstars, including Maine's very own Monster Lobster Crustacean Lumberjack, 2-time world champion Avenger, plus the backflipping thrills of freestyle motocross. Tickets start at just $10. Get your tickets now at www.wisconsinspeedway.com. Come 2 hours early for the pit party. Don't miss Monster Truck Throwdown.
Hi, I'm Sean Moody. We take pride in our facilities, and at Moody's, it's what's inside that matters. We believe it's more than just the exterior looking good, it's what's inside that matters. Restoring the structure of your vehicle to factory specs is critical to your safety. I'm proud of our Moody's co-worker owners who understand the importance of protecting your valuable asset. And we all know what our most valuable asset is. It's what's inside that matters.
Ignition won't turn? Wait, don't tow it. It may just be a one key. Hi, I'm Jim Broadhurst, owner of E-Keys for Cars of Saco. At E-Keys for Cars, we'll diagnose your problem over the phone and give you a firm quote. No bait and switch here. Whenever or wherever you're stuck, E-Keys for Cars will come to you. Call E-Keys for Cars in Saco, the fast, affordable fix for your car key and lock needs.
E-Keys, they raise the bar. E-Keys for Cars.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Four Seasons Synthetic. See them for all your AMSOIL product needs. Town Fair Tire, with 6 locations in Maine: Auburn, Augusta, Bangor, Biddeford, South Portland, and Topsom. Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and we're on the phone with Mark, Suzanne, and Dennis, and we're talking about the Racing to Recovery event that's taking place this Saturday, February 24th at 10 o'clock at the New Hampshire Motocross facility. Mark, refresh me again, where was that facility?
Yeah, it's New Hampshire Motocross Park, 93 Jolly Roger Road in Leominster, New Hampshire. The gates are going to open for the spectators around 9. First heats are going out at 10 a.m. We have motorcycles, we have cars, we have some vintage cars, we've got some ATVs, we have some guests. We have Racing with Jesus Ministries going to do the invocation. Bethany Storr runs the number 5B Nema Midget. She's going to do the national anthem for us. I'd like to thank the sponsors that have really stepped up to make the website and to actually come on board and believe in this event with me. I want to thank New Edge Web Services for donating the website and the webpage for me, which is www.racing2recovery.com. You can find advanced ticket sales there. And all of our sponsors. I'd like to also thank all the rest of the sponsors, the local businesses that have really got behind it. And we have over $2,600 of raffle prizes that day. So, sure, please, we have something for everyone.
No, that's awesome. And like you said, racingtorecovery.com. It give you all the information you need. And we wish you the best of luck, Mark. Suzanne, anything else you want to add as we get to the end of this? And
Well, I just want to, invite everyone to come out and support this. This is a tremendous event that Mark has been putting on, and it's going to be a fabulous day full of fun. But the main thing, too, is that it's going to help people. This crisis that we're having is the number one crisis going on right now, and there's so many people that are affected, and it doesn't affect just individuals. It affects their sisters and their brothers and their mothers and fathers, because it's a family disease. And if we can help even just a few people, it can be an instrumental thing for the whole community to feel better. And so I just invite everyone to come out and support this event, because it will make a big difference in people's lives.
no, absolutely. And Dennis, anything you want to add?
Yeah, I'd just like to say thanks to Mark and Susan for all their efforts. And, the biggest thing is for this event for people is some awareness about the issue, and, with drug and alcohol addiction. And it is, Susan said it just affects everyone, and it all the way up to the workplace. So whatever we can do to help break the stigma about addiction and help support any services is awesome.
No, I appreciate it, and we appreciate you guys all taking the time with us here on Mainly Motorsports. Mark, we wish you the best of luck with the event, and look forward to hearing about it, and wish you, like I said, all the luck in the world, and hopefully it's great weather for what you need, and you pack the place and raise a lot of money for, what the work that Suzanne and Dennis are trying to do.
Yep, we appreciate it. Yeah, thank you very much for having us, Steve, and thank you, Suzanne, and thank you, Dennis, for all the help you've done with it, and looking forward to this weekend. It's fast approaching.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
All right, well, thank you
Thank you,
guys.
Steve, for getting this message out. It's very important. We appreciate having us on.
Yeah, no problem. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be back here on Mainly Motorsports.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-0000 1578, or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
Football fans, have we got a deal for you? VIP Tour and Charter Bus Company is offering round-trip transportation to Gillette Stadium to watch the New England Patriots make another run for the Super Bowl. Ride in style knowing we're doing the driving. So if you've got a ticket, we've got your ride. It doesn't get any better than that. Just log on to VIPChartercoaches.com, click on the Browse Book Tour button, and book your trip today. It's that simple. Relax and leave the driving to us, and we'll leave the tailgating to you.
Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and this was supposed to be the time where I was going to show you some on-helmet footage, one-lunger race action, but as I got ready to wrap this week's show up, I got a surprise phone call from who was at one point the happiest guy in Daytona, and it changed like that, and that's car owner Archie St. Hilaire of Go Fast Racing. Archie, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports.
Hey, thanks, Steve. An exciting day. The highs and the lows of racing, I guess we experienced from pretty much everything.
Unbelievable. And I'll tell you, I can't even imagine what you feel when you're watching and you know what's happening, and there's 2 laps to go in the granddaddy of all stock car races in the country, and you're sitting third. I mean, what do you do at that point?
Well, you just kind of cross your fingers. You know it's going to get exciting on the last lap or so. We just, running in single file, we thought we were in pretty good shape. We played it right. Our plan worked. We executed great. We just, our plan was to stay out back, stay in the second pack all day until the last tire change, and then go up through. We did. We ran, 50, 60 laps. We ran 7th or 8th. A couple of those guys didn't take tires yet, so we came in. We took 4 tires. We lost 2 spots coming out of the pit, but we took 4 tires. A lot of guys took 2. We took plenty of fuel, as what we saw in the Xfinity race, going 5 overtimes.
Yeah.
We wanted to be prepared to say, if this falls apart, we want to be there. So we got up there, the outside lane, got a big run. We got into 3rd place with 2 laps to go. And then, the guys started pushing. We knew it was going to happen, and we just, you got to kind of hang on and see what happens. And we almost cleared that thing. The first one hit us. But we survived that part. We might have had a flat, but still been okay. But the second one, when the 88 came up, got wild and backed into us, our day was done. But, what an exciting thing. I mean, geez, all I could think in my mind, and sitting there with Bruce, and all we could think was, we're in 3rd place. The 2 leaders fight at the end. They wreck, they split, we sneak through the middle and win the Daytona 500. It's a dream we all have, and boy, that's as close as I've ever been to it, so it was awesome.
I had my notebook out because I watched last week's show, and one of the last things you said was when you guys won a race, it was a big party, and I was planning it. So I had my notebook out, and I was already planning.
Yeah, well, I'd planned it anyway. It was a good run.
Yeah.
But, it was just a super day for us. We had a rough run Thursday night, crashed a little early. 7 laps into the Twins, we were too aggressive, shouldn't have been. But I think it taught us a lesson. One thing I came away from that was, look, now we know these cars are a handful. I mean, when you got Kyle Larson saying this is the toughest thing he's driven in a long time, these cars are a handful. So we stayed back, stayed out of trouble, and then after the second stage, said, let's go for it. Cross our fingers and go for it. We got a good run. We got in that outside lane, and it stayed single file for a long time, which helped us. And then, we just went for it. We just thought, that was would have been it was a great payday anyway, but it would have been a huge payday. Finishing, first, second, or third in the Daytona 500, where we all dream about. When you race from Thursday Night Thunder to here, you always have that dream that one day I want to win the Daytona 500. And that's the closest we've been, but I'll tell you, what keeps us coming back and wanting to race more, and hopefully we'll have another good week next week and a good season. But what a kickoff to a season! I'm real proud of everybody, the guys at the shop. That backup car was probably better than the primary car.
Yeah, you had to roll out a backup. Yeah.
They drafted well, and the guys worked hard. The guys on the crew, Gene, everybody. Matt drove a hell of a race, so I'm happy with everybody. And we had a great time, and it was a full house, sold out house. It was just an exciting day, and we'll pick it up and move on and see what we can do in Atlanta next week.
Nope, you're right, Archie, but I appreciate you calling me. I looked down, I'm like, all excited. I was doing a phone interview with somebody else, and I'm like, I got to call them back. And but I'll tell you, you had the entire state pulling for you guys. Facebook lit up, and that's you guys are making a name for yourself, and really proud of you, and really excited for you and your team for 2018. So go take Brewster, buy him something to drink or something to eat, and enjoy the night. I know you could be enjoying it a lot more, but really want to say congratulations to you and the entire organization.
All right, we appreciate it, and we'll see you when we get back home soon.
All right, Arch.
Thank you.
All right. Archie St. Hilaire had the dream was right in front of him, and man, what a great run by those guys, and we're all pulling for him. So maybe this week at Atlanta. So hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Mainly Motorsports. Don't forget, racingpreview.net. Go to the website. Check out what's happening this weekend at the Portland Expo, the 23rd and 24th, Friday and Saturday. Going to be a lot of fun. Hope to see you there.